Brian, you ready? Because I know you're excited for that first one, and I'm going to let you hit the first one on the head. So hit him with your favorite topic.
Oh, man, guys. All right. If you don't know about this, I'm going to teach you a little bit. Well, something new about me if you don't know.
Well, Brian, tell them how you're wearing the shirt first.
Yes. Yes, I am wearing a shirt here that says Gotham. All right. It's not Batman.
No, but show them the logo on the wrist.
That's going to be a surprise.
Oh.
I can't show them right now. Can they see it? They can see it. Which wrist is it?
It's right there.
All right, guys, look. You see this right here? This is Palantir. And we're going to talk about Palantir. We're going to set the bar today as to why you guys need to definitely have this on your radar. And before we even start talking about it, guys, this is my opinion. These are my beliefs. And please, whatever I say here or Anthony, just fact check us. And, you know,
do your homework.
Do your own homework.
That's it.
Do your own homework. But I love Palantir. Huge fan of Palantir. I love the company. If you guys haven't seen on your radar, it's essentially a data analytics company with AI features. It's a fantastic company when it comes to data analysis. The federal government's using it. I believe they were created back in 2013. Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, and basically the founders of the company, they were the PayPal mafia. All right, and these guys went on their own way. Eventually came back and created what is known today as Palantir. And it is honestly the future of data analytics, data mining. And the company has a huge upside in this space. As we all know, and if you don't know, data is the new gold.
Yeah.
Data is the new gold. And even if you are an influencer, whatever business you're in, the more data you have, the more power. That is the key to the future.
Ryan, whose data do they handle?
So they handle right now, early in their career, they actually got seed funding from the CIA through one of their venture arms. They were working a lot with financial products, catching fraud. And basically their philosophy is that AI and this technology is not meant to replace the worker, but to aid them to enhance their job, which is a unique thing. They're not in the business to have people lose their job. They believe that humans and technology can coexist. As much as the theme is that everyone believes automation, AI is going to replace everyone, humans still play a huge role into this.
100%. I said all the time, everything needs to be used as a tool.
Yes.
This is not a replacement.
Yes.
It's a tool. I love that.
Huge.
So Brian, you know, being a Palantir investor yourself,
huge.
When did you start investing in Palantir? Why do you believe in Palantir?
Mm-hmm.
And then again, when are you going to get me into Palantir? Because I've been asking you for a while.
All right. Well, look, the latter, I'm going to get you into it tomorrow. All right. Okay. I'm going to bring you into it. I know
you guys heard it. You guys heard it.
But to get back to what really is the reason why I got into Palantir is very simple. Before that company IPO'd, I was watching a video locked in my home because of the pandemic, as everyone else was. And I saw this video of a new IPO coming out. Well, not even IPO because they did direct listing, but a new company that was going to hit the market called Palantir. Really didn't know much about it. The media was very hyped up about being secretive and everything. But there was a video that really drew my attention. It was Alex Karp, which is the CEO, and he was doing an interview at Davos. And if you guys, I highly recommend you pull up that video. It was probably one of the, maybe if no analysis. I really didn't look too much into like the financials of the company when I made the decision to jump in it. But basically, he was talking about the future of AI, why it's important to invest in the space, why if the United States does not bring its A game and it brings its C game, it will lose to the rest of the world. And China, believe it or not, guys, they're investing heavily into this space. The United States right now has always been number one when it comes to software and design. But if they lose their place, do you want to be at the end or do you want to be at the front? And Alex Karp brought some great points in that interview. I highly recommend you guys look at it. That was probably one of the investment thesis that I used to put my money in. And on top of that, the company's books, their financials, they're super solid. Super solid.
Didn't China want to use Palantir services and Palantir denied them?
I don't know if they did. I don't know 100% if that ever happened. What I know what they've said is that they are not going to use their software for any, I guess, organizations or countries that are against the Western, the Western powers. You know, gotcha. The United States, and England and all these countries. So they're very about, retaining the power there and using that technology because it is a very powerful software. Now, this company could potentially blow up in the coming years. It could be huge. I have huge faith into the company just because how well they're being managed and run. The only thing is, can they break into the commercial space? And that's the only thing that's holding them back.
So what do you think?
I think they're going to get into it.
How do you think they're going to get into it?
I think that what they're going to do is they're going to make a very intricate web where their technology is going to be basically the foundation of what other technology is built upon. Essentially, if you think about like Amazon with its cloud servers, a lot of people use the servers from Amazon.
How are people going to use Palantir to their advantage?
They're going to use it to unlock data that's trapped within their own silo. So think about it like this, you and me in our business. We talk to so many different clients. We speak to so many different people, but we don't really know who these people are. And our team that's also doing analysis on, pricing, seeing now which products are the best to be priced at, which is the best area to invest in. In a lot of these organizations, they have their information siloed, between the marketing department, between the operations, between all these different sectors, but no one's using it to communicate because some information you have might be pertinent to what I need, but I'm never going to know that because it's trapped in your database. Now that we're able to aggregate everything and collect it, now we can communicate. And I'll give you an example of what Palantir software does at a very high level. And guys, again, take a look into it. But think about it like this. You implement Palantir software, you're FedEx, all right, perfect example. You want to do an analysis or a predictive analysis and see, okay, what happens if a cold front disrupts my logistical supply up north? What is that going to look like? And it'll take into account the price of the gas, the cost per employee, the fringe benefits, everything that breaks it down. So it gives you a very detailed analysis.
So basically it creates the problem before the problem occurs so that we have a solution to the problem.
Yes, Anthony, beautiful. You nailed it around the head. And that's what they do. And that's what they're known for. And they give you what if scenarios, very poignant to enforce what decisions you may have.
So you're almost dictating the future before the future even happened.
Basically, and that's the scary part. A lot of people call this company like the Minority Report, the one with Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. When everyone's like, "Oh, before he did the crime, we're going to arrest him."
Yep.
Basically, people see that, and their software is very powerful. And in the commercial space, they're going to be used extensively. The FAA is using it. So
let's talk about that. What if they find a way to start using that for criminal act prevention? How would we even know if that was going to happen? And now you're arresting people before even something happens, and you're depending on data.
That's like
it's a little scary.
It's a catch-22 there because think about it. If you are using the Palantir software and it's connected to these financial servers, all right, and let's say for example, FBI or CIA, they're trying to track somebody, but you don't know what they're trying to do.
The motives,
because think about it. They go to different places. It might not create a pattern in the eyes that you see what's going on, but the AI and the technology can bring it together. For example,
so you can see your emotions, maybe what you're texting, what your phone calls. It can tap into everything.
Exactly.
You can see based on your conversations, based on your actions, based on your maneuvers. They can say this is high alert.
High alert.
There's something weird going on here. Based on the information we collected from their social media, from from their people they're interacting, the places they're hanging out with. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes, and in that aspect, that is true because now you can create a profile and say, okay, this guy, he's doing some nefarious things. It looks like he might be building, a weapon, or he might be using something, and looking at his history.
So here's a question: can they charge them for something that he hasn't done yet?
No, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
No, that's not going to happen. What anything Palantir does is Palantir answers the problem of going into the path of totalitarianism. Yeah. Okay, their software is more democratized, where we really need these software to advance the United States. The government is when it comes to technology, we're very far behind, and the software that you're seeing right now, AI can easily fall into the trap of totalitarianism, where now they're tracking everything. They know what you're doing. Now they're watching everything. Palantir kind of like breaks that apart and puts a democracy in it. It's a very unique tool. Remember,
like you said, they want to use it as a tool for people to use it. To help them.
They don't own the data. Remember this too. This is another thing I want to tell people. They do not own your data. So when you're there, what they're using is facilitating the underlying process, and they communicate with different people.
So you still practically...
You own your data. They don't know what you're doing with the data. It's just the information that's there that's connected with different organizations.
So they work for, let's say they're providing their services to a company. That company is the only one that can see that data. Palantir can't even see their data.
Exactly. And let's think about it like this. You are Pfizer, and I am Sanofi. We're two pharmaceutical companies, and we're trying to come with a race to cure cancer or to cure some other disease. Well, maybe you're advanced in certain areas, so I'm going to give you some of my intellectual property, but I'm going to give you some information about it. Not everything, some of our research, and then you give me some of yours. So it allows...
ebbs and flows.
It allows for secure data sharing. So now we can, instead of us hiding our information, not giving anything, we'll give you information that we feel that we can give you that's pertinent, and then relay it back to you so we can connect and possibly solve another problem, because we could be solving two different things far ahead. So to wrap this topic up and not to dive into it, it's earnings dates coming out November 9th. I think this company is going to do pretty well. I have high expectations for the future of this. If you guys haven't looked into it, definitely take a peek into it. I've been brainwashing Anthony for a while, and
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I'm going to take him over. I'm going to take him over.
All right, what is your suggested price point that I should throw in there for me?
Man, you know what? That's something, man, that really depends on what you feel.
Give me a range for me. It's for me, not anybody else.
A range for you?
For me, personally.
I mean, man, if you can drop, for you, whatever you feel comfortable. If you can do $500, $1,000 to $1,000, I would tell you to put, as much as you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
If you can do that, do that.
So putting more is not a bad thing.
Putting more is not a bad thing. You do what you feel comfortable. And if it makes sense, I do feel the company, and you guys have to, again, do your research.
Where's Palantir sitting right now in the stocks?
Right now, they're like at $26, but that can change at any moment.
When do you think they're going to really skyrocket?
Once they have a commercial product that is used in the mainstream.
What you were talking about.
We're talking about?
Forget it.
This is going to go.
You think it'll easily hit 100?
Yeah, man. I think it could break $100. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, for sure. 100 right now is market cap. Yeah, I think that'll be 200 billion around there. Yeah. Who knows, man? But look, Amazon's what? A $1 trillion company. So are these other companies. They can be there. They'll be a big one.
Yeah, I like it.